Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm testing out the Ordinary Serum Foundation, and this is what it looks like. So I did do a full first impression on the coverage foundation on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and I do really like that. That one is the only foundation I've been wearing. It looks so good on the skin. It has SPF 15 in it, and I just really do like it. It's the one that I've been going to, so I will link the first impression down below or somewhere in this video so you can check it out. But this one I'm testing out today is the Serum Foundation, and this one is a light medium coverage, and I believe it might have been the first one that they brought out. I'm not sure if they brought both of them out at the same time, but this one is the light medium one, and I actually think this one's going to be pretty good on my skin because we are self-isolating and I'm not wearing foundations. All I've been really doing is putting on some moisturiser or using a skin tint with my moisturiser, so I feel like that I am probably going to enjoy using a light medium coverage foundation because, like I mentioned, I'm used to not wearing anything on the skin, but the other one I do really like as well. So the two shades that I have are 2.0YG and 2.1Y, and the 2.01, this is one that I use in the coverage foundation, and it is a really good match for me. So in these studio lights it does look like there's a very big difference. This one looks very pale, but I think because it does have SPF in it, then that's probably why it does look so pale, because the other one looks quite pale on camera, but then when I go out in natural light it does match me really well. So I wasn't too sure which shade that I'd be, just because I do self tan, so sometimes with this self tan it can go darker or sometimes it can go lighter. It's just really strange. I never know what I'm going to look like. So the 2.0 is light medium and the 2.1 is medium. So in the foundation you get 30 millilitres or 1 fluid ounce. These do also retail for £5.70, so it's 20p less than the coverage foundation, and it is super affordable. They do have quite a few different shades in the collection. They have 21 shades. You also get yellow, red, neutral, pink undertones, so you get quite a lot. The lightest shade is 1.0N and the deepest shade is 3.3N, so they do have quite a big range. So if you are fair, and then if you do have deep skin tones, you will probably be able to find a shade that matches you. The only thing I do have to say, like with the last foundation that I tested out, is that I do feel like they need to put darker shades in the collection because there's not really too many deep shades. There's only about 5 or 6 of them, so if they did add extra ones in there then that would be perfect. But I do like the fact that with the deeper shade it does go quite deep anyway. They're also alcohol free, oil free, nut free, vegan, gluten free and cruelty free, which I absolutely love. I purchased one of them from Beauty Bay and the other one from a website called Essential, and the reason why I purchased them on 2 different sites is because they didn't have both the shades available, but on Essential they do actually have all the shades available in the collection, so I do probably recommend that you go to there because I do have every single shade in stock. So on the website it says Serum Foundations are lightweight medium coverage formulations available in a comprehensive shade range across 21 shades. These foundations offer moderate coverage that looks natural with a very lightweight serum feel. They're very low in viscosity and are dispensed with a supplied pump. The pigments used in the format are treated for a rich, highly saturated effect. These pigments are suspended in our proprietary spreadability system that allows pigments to look natural on the skin, resist collecting within fine lines and stay on for longer. The foundations offer a semi-matte finish and are compatible with most primers, and it also has SPF 15 in there as well. It says the protection is achieved without the use of chemical sunscreens and only through physical protection from titanium oxide. Like with the other foundation, it doesn't say specifically what skin type it's for. I do have very oily skin and I worked really well with the coverage foundation, so hopefully this one's going to be good for me and hopefully it's going to be a good match. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and we're going to apply this to the skin and see how it goes. So I've already primed my skin, and on this side of my face I've put my Benefit Professional just because I wanted to see how the foundation reacted to the Professional and if it sunk into my pores, and then on this side I haven't put any of the Professional on there. I also use my Smashbox primer water as well because I use that with all my foundations and I absolutely love it. And by looking at the 2 shades, I think what I'm going to do is mix the 2 together. I feel like this one might be a little bit too pale, then this one might be a little bit too dark. 2.0YG has yellow undertones with gold highlights and 2.1Y has yellow undertones, so I feel like these ones will match very well together. As you can see, my neck is a completely different shade to my face because I don't self tan my face. I do like to match my foundations to my neck, so I feel like mixing the 2 together will probably be the best bet for me. And on the website it says shake before use, dispense a small amount into the palm or back of your hand, which is exactly the same as with the other foundation. So I'm just going to shake these, and they do sound quite liquidy, just like the other foundation, and I'm just going to put 1 pump of each on the back of my hand as well. So as you can see, there's a very big difference between the 2, so I'm going to mix them together and I feel like that might be the perfect match for me. So it doesn't actually say what the best way to use this is. It doesn't say whether to use your hands, a beauty blender or to use a brush, so I'm going to use my beauty blender just because I use it with all of my foundations. This one does seem a little bit more liquidy than the other one, so I might have to use a brush, which I do have with me just in case. So I'm just going to apply this to one side of my face and we're going to buff it out and see how it goes.
Melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't want to miss a beat. And
So this is what the foundation looks like on this side of my face, and I actually do like it. I feel like it looks like a really nice semi-matte formula. It hasn't sunk into my pores and it's done really well, so it hasn't covered up all of my redness, but this is only a light medium coverage, and at the moment it does look very light. And I feel like the reason why I like it is because, like I mentioned, I haven't been wearing any foundations, or I've only been wearing skin tints, and it just looks really nice and it looks like my skin but better. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit more of the foundation on just to see if it can build up and just see if it blends in as well as it has. But honestly, that blended in really well and it looks really nice on the skin. It looks like my own skin, so I am really liking it.
Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number. Fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
And this is what it looks like with a bit more foundation built up, and honestly I really do like it. I like it just with one layer. I like it built up. I feel like it blends out really well. It obviously hasn't covered up all the redness, but that's because this is a light medium coverage foundation, and I actually really like it. It doesn't feel like a mask on my skin. It looks nice, it looks natural, and I would wear it just with one layer without building up because I do feel like it looks really good on both ways. And with the first two pumps that I put on, it was only really half a pump, so technically I only used one full pump on this side of my face originally, and that is how much I have left. I have loads of the foundation left, so I did put an extra pump for each of the colours on there. But yeah, a little goes a very long way. It blends out really well, it mixes really well as well, and I feel like this is the perfect shade for me, so I am really liking it. So I'm going to go ahead, do the other side of my face, and we're going to see what it looks like. So I've finished off both sides of my face, and this is what the foundation looks like, and I really do like it. So this one is one layer on this side, and this side is with it built up a little bit more, and I really do like it. I feel like it looks very nice and natural on the skin. It is a semi-matte formula as well, so it has dried down very quickly. I don't feel like this is going to be an issue with my oily skin as well, because like I mentioned with the other one, I don't have an issue with my oils, and it just looks so nice. It looks really nice and natural on the skin, and it matches my neck really well, so mixing the two together was the perfect shade for me. But I really do like it. I feel like it looks really nice, and it doesn't look cakey at all. Like I mentioned, it just looks like my skin but better, and yeah, I am liking it. So I'm going to go ahead, do the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So I've just finished off my makeup, and this is what it looks like, and I absolutely love this foundation. It looks so beautiful on the skin. It looks like my skin but better. It makes my skin look really nice and even. It looks flawless. It just looks like my own skin. Like, it looks that good. It looks so nice and natural, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing any foundation. On the side that I do have the pore filling primer on, it does look a little bit better on there, but to be honest, on both sides you can't really tell that my pores are accentuated or anything like that, but I do recommend using the pore filling primer anyway. It hasn't gone into my smile lines, it hasn't gone into any wrinkles on my forehead. The rest of my products just glided on so beautifully, and I love the way that it looks. So hopefully it's going to do as good as the other Ordinary foundation, because I do like that, and I have a feeling that if this works out as well as that one, this might be my new favourite go-to foundation. So I am really liking it at the moment. I just think it looks so beautiful on the skin. So it's now 1:20 in the afternoon, so I've had the foundation on actually since about 12:30, because it's taken me almost an hour to do my makeup. And what I'm going to do is come back at the end of the day, let you know how it goes, let you know if I like it or if I don't, and I'm going to give you a full 8 hours of it as well. So we'll be back in about 8 hours to let you know how it goes throughout the whole day. Hi guys, so I'm back and it's now 20 to 10 in the evening, so I've had this foundation on now for over 9 hours. So now that it's the end of the day, I thought that I'd give you my final review and let you know how it's gone throughout the day. So I have worn this for quite a long time, longer than a normal work day, and it has been quite warm outside, and I've actually spent the majority of the time outside today because we've had really nice weather, and it has been 24 degrees, and I know that if you don't live in the UK, you'll probably be like, well, that's not that warm, but for us it is really warm. So looking at my skin now, I actually really do like it, and I think it's pretty good. And with this foundation, I know that it's easily buildable, because when I first applied it, I just put one layer on, then easily built up to another layer, and it just looks really good. So I can see that it's come off on the sides of my nose a little bit, and then also on the tip of my nose, and it's also come off right near my eyes, but that's because I do wear glasses. So all foundation has come off on those bits, and then my chin, it's come off a bit as well, and on my forehead it's only come off a little bit as well. And I have noticed that my forehead isn't shiny, and that's one thing for me, because I do have a very oily T-zone, and it doesn't look oily or anything like that. I haven't blotted during the day, and as you can see, it's also accentuated my pores as well. So the side where I've used pore filling primer actually looks so much better than the other side. So when I'm using this again, I will also use the pore filling primer again, and because it has been on for 9 hours, it has started to sink into the pores, but at the 6-hour mark when I checked my skin, it actually didn't look bad. So next time I use it, I will use a pore filling primer anyway, but I really do like it, and I feel like it's done pretty well. It looks still natural on the skin. Like I mentioned, I don't look oily, and it's only come off a little bit on my forehead as well. If I was to go out to get some food, I'd probably just get my beauty blender and just buff these bits in around here, and then buff in the sides of my nose. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, it doesn't look cakey, it looks really nice and natural when you first apply it, and I still feel like it does a lot my skin. Also, Neil said that my skin looked really good as well, and that's something for him, because he would tell me if my skin looked really horrible, and for him to tell me that it looks good, I know that it's going to be looking good. But yeah, I'm really liking this. Honestly, the price point for this is amazing. It's just over £5. You can get it in loads of different places. I think I might actually prefer this to the coverage foundation I tried out, and that one is a really good one for me, and that's definitely my favourite at the moment. So this one might have actually beaten it to it, and when I put the rest of my makeup on, it glided on so easily as well. My bronzer, my blush, my concealer, everything went on really well, and it just blended out really nicely, and I just feel like it looks really good. I really do like it, and like I mentioned, it doesn't seem to be irritating my skin, and it feels really nice and lightweight on the skin as well. And because it does have skincare in there and also SPF, I do feel like that my skin is getting some nutrients in there as I'm wearing it as well. So overall, I do really like the Serum foundation from The Ordinary, and I feel like it's better than the other one, and the other one I do really like as well. So I'm going to be testing this out a little bit more to see how it goes, see if I can make it appear any better, but so far I'm really happy with the way that it looks, and I can't wait to try this out a little bit more as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you've tried out this foundation, if you like it or if you don't, just comment down below to let me know, and if there's any other products that you want me to test out for a first impression, then just let me know as well. And make sure that you give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!